Look at this, everyone. Look at the devastation. The devastation. It's a sometimes vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes, and sometimes it happens in the middle of an abandoned, totally humbucked former Air Force radar station in the desert, the Mojave Desert of Southern California. We are just outside of Boron, California, and this was once, like I just said, an Air Force radar station, later converted to a minimum security federal prison up here. It was closed in the year 2000, and for about 15 years, other than this FAA radar tower still in operation, this place has been totally humbucked and left to rot. We actually filmed a Grand Land episode out here, abandoned prison at midnight, somewhere around Halloween time. We were wandering through all these old apartment buildings that were later minimum security housing for inmates, and it is, I gotta tell you, pretty darn creepy up here. Just over here somewhere is where our friends from Utmost Studios had their friend Sam come out and hide and lay down and pretend to be a dead body. And so Tyler and I came around the corner. Swear words were issued from Tyler's mouth, and I go, "That's not Doug, bro." So now they call their friend Sam, "That's not Doug, bro." Like as if that were his name. You know what's really freaky is I keep seeing this black burned stump and thinking it's a person. Anyway, I know it's really windy up here, so I hope you guys can hear me. Look at all that nothingness out there, right? This place is perched up on a hill, FAA station. Edwards Air Force Base is about a bazillion miles that way, but you can sort of see, whoa, the missile test site from up here. That was a bee. Did you see it? Bees! I was screaming about the bees on Periscope, but now they're coming true! Help! That really was freaky. That bug was really, he was after my ear. Look at this. Anyway, we came out here. I want to give you some context for that old video. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. The Abandoned Prison at Midnight. You see boron, FPC boron. I don't know what any of this stuff means. We were here at night, having never been here before, Tyler and I, with the Utmost Studios guys. Absolutely no context for the site. Did not know the history of it. All we knew is we were going to an abandoned prison where supposedly some people had been murdered. It was supposedly haunted. It is still actually U.S. government property. So I probably shouldn't be out here completely alone, all by myself in the remains of the abandoned prison, which I happen to know from our sneaking around last time are sometimes inhabited by what Tyler would call hobahs. Up there is the neighborhoods where the houses of the people who obviously manned the radar station and then later were working at the prison, the guards and stuff like that would have lived. It was actually like a minimum security prison, more like a work camp. So there were workshops and electrical shops and things like that. But it's covered with broken pieces of buildings, and there's nails everywhere. And it is honestly extremely dangerous to be walking around here without boots and not paying attention. So I'm not gonna be here for long. Look at that, you see that bird there? One thing I noticed while we were walking around here when it was super abandoned and creepy and dark in midnight in October is that there were birds everywhere. So this place has totally become a haven for rattlesnakes and birds and what's that other crazy venomous snake that we have out here in the Mojave Desert that I always forget about. And mostly also, it's really gone back to nature and become a home for broken glass and metal. There are some crazy, do you know what that bee was, by the way? It wasn't a bee, it was actually a tarantula hawk, which if you don't know what that is, they are these terrifying, ginormous hornets that kill tarantulas. It's crazy. Go read up on it. It's insane. They're very scary. So if I appeared to be terrified, there was a slight amount of terror there. Look at all this lava rock here. We're definitely out in the humbucked and blasted, crazy desert. Anyway, I have to keep this short because I am on the road heading up US 395, which is the little strip of highway way down there. Heading up 395 towards Big Pine, Lone Pine, Bishop, whatever all those cities are up there, and also some abandoned ghost towns, and also some silver mining towns we may or may not have been to before. All kinds of plans, and hopefully they will come to fruition. This right here is the former guard tower, I'm assuming, or guard shack here at the road. There's the gate right there. And funny story, when we were filming that video here at the abandoned prison at midnight, as we got closer to the FAA tower, my batteries were constantly being drained on the camera, and the audio was getting humbucked because I was using an external mic to fight all this crazy wind. And we had Doug from Utmost in the back seat of Matt's car. Well, Matt has 5 kids, so he's always got the child safety lock on. So Doug was in the back of the car. Tyler, myself, and Matt hopped out of the car. We parked it out here because I hadn't filmed this little guard shack building, and there was some really interesting, you know, stuff in it. There was a bunch of stuff piled up in it at the time, or outside of here. So I thought, hey, let me hop out and get an outro for the video. Maybe some more sound clips in case I need them for editing. Weird sound from right there. Not this, but from down there. I don't want to kick that board and find out that it's a rattlesnake. But anyways, would that be awesome? Justin dies on film. No, that would not be awesome. Anyways, well, it'd be awesome for you, but less awesome for me. Anyway, so we all hopped out to film this, and we're out here for like, 20 or 30 minutes. It felt like maybe more like 10 to 15 minutes wandering around, checking out the last little remnants that we could see of the prison. And meantime, we come back to the car, which we had left running with all the windows down. And by the way, we had found plenty of signs of current human habitation up the hill here in some of these abandoned shacks and buildings. There was some pretty fresh tuna salad that was not even expired yet up there. And tuna salad means usually some strange people. Anyway, we got back to the car, and Doug's eyes were about this huge. He couldn't get out of the car due to the child safety locks, and we basically left him in a running automobile with the windows down in the middle of an abandoned prison way after midnight out here in the desert by himself with no handgun or axe or any other kind of protective weaponry at all. So I got this rental car here, this Jeep Patriot, which I'm totally not used to, driving up Highway 395, and I was coming by here and I thought, memories! So I'm trying to film some random lands, and more importantly, some crazy sometimes vlogs, but I started so late today because of using Periscope. If you haven't heard of Periscope, it's a live streaming app that I'm constantly using now and talking to all of you guys on, as well as Snapchatting and FaceTiming and doing all kinds of crazy internet things. And so I was up really late. I was doing my laundry and doing things to prepare for the trip. Look at this. I'm going to drive you through some of this so you can see, get a little more context of that video, which was all filmed at night and very creepy. But you can see if you come here in the day, it's not much less creepy than it was at night. Actually, let's go this way. Look at this stuff. So this is where we were wandering through for the That's Not Doug Bro part and all that kind of stuff. It was a pretty crazy experience, I have to tell you, walking through all these roads, checking out all these abandoned places. I think that's where we started the video. I'm gonna creak through this tree here. See, look at, you can see the whole place has been completely humbucked. It's the prison part of this complex has only been closed for 15 years, and it's already just been stripped by crazy scrappers and vandalized by crazy vandalizers. I did it right the first time. Vandals. And it's just becoming this total creepy, weird place to film a horror movie. And over here, this trailer on the other side of it, I was trying to show you, but I can't get a really good angle on it. Somebody has spray painted in very large letters, Zombieland. And really, that's what it looks like. But we were here in these weird neighborhoods, and we went back in the rec center and all this different stuff on that video. You can see there's the FAA tower up there, and there's all these little projectile thingies sticking off of it. At nighttime, you can see that thing for quite a distance. It really looks like Frankenstein's lab or something. It's really, really crazy. So there you go. The abandoned prison in Boron, California, which was once a U.S. Air Force radar station, and it's now pretty much just a humbucked heck hole of Hades. I don't know where I was going with that, but there's some H words. There's as many H words as I can think of. Oh, right here's one of my favorite spots. Tyler actually freaked out right here. I'm going to show you guys. We'll leave the car running. It's probably fine. No one's probably going to be able to run in there ahead of me. See, right there, some crazy dragonflies, and right past it, there's no way you can see on here, tarantula hawk, big giant hornets. Crazy. There's all kinds of bees, and definitely probably killer bees up here. So we were walking around in this stuff. That's my point. This is the kind of stuff we were walking around in. Not the safest decision in the world that we ever made, but these used to be the phone booths, so people could call their relatives or whatever. So making Tyler sit in one of these after midnight, and by the way, we had the worst 99-cent store flashlights of all time, so we were not working with professional equipment here. Making him sit in here and imagine he was calling his family. We had no idea that it was a minimum security prison. We had no idea that it had only been abandoned for 15 years. All we knew is how stinking creepy it looked out here at night. And that we were told that it was so haunted. So Tyler was very terrified. Mostly, as he explained later, he was terrified, not of the supernatural, but of what he termed hobahs. So anyway, I've got this rental car here, this Jeep Patriot, which is actually pretty nice. Not as fun to drive as my Mustang, I grant you, but it's actually turned out to be nicer than I thought it would. I hope you can hear me because of this wind here. But there you go. Abandoned prison site in Boron, California. I'm standing here by myself like a foolio, and I would wander all over it if it weren't for the fact that I have so much more to do on this trip. But this is the kind of stuff I'm always up to. I don't really normally film abandoned stuff like Adam does. My friend Adam the Woo. I don't normally go travel. Look at that big old jackrabbit. You see him? You see him running down the road? What was he running from, I wonder? Is there a snake up here? I sure don't see any coyotes. If he was running from me, I doubt it, because I was just walking over there and didn't see a jackrabbit, so that's creepy. Wonder if there's a snake. There he goes. You see him leaping? Run, jackrabbit, run! Run! So anyway, Mother Nature, Father Desert, taking back over this abandoned complex now. The U.S. Air Force has left it kind of to rot. And, well, I don't know actually if it was the Air Force or the state of California, or was it the federal? The United States government still owns the property, but it's just sort of left here to hang out for now while they FAA the radar with the sky over there. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but I'm on a road trip. There will be more wonderful sometimes vlogs, plus all kinds of random things. Go check out Periscope, and if you'd like to support crazy adventures like these and little fireside chats at places like that, you can go to patreon.com, patreon.com/Justin Scard. But I'm on Twitter, Justin Scard, let's talk. And Instagram, Live Fast Die Poor. LiveFastDiePoor.com is still going. We got all kinds of adventures on the way. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for checking out this abandoned prison. I better put my phone down before I'm on a real street and it becomes really unsafe. But I love you all. Thank you for joining me on these weird adventures. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.